So, guys, you may have seen that sometimes you say something to someone, and the person does not take you seriously. He doesn't listen to you, or maybe that's he forgets your message, right? The person, you are not taken seriously. Or sometimes when someone else says something to you, right? You don't take his message seriously. You don't take actions. You just forget it, okay? And you, on the other hand, you may have seen that there are people, when they speak so beautifully that everybody wants to listen to them. They attract people. They're so charismatic. When they start talking, people just leave their work and they just listen to that person, right? So these people have the capability. What they do, they leave an a long impression that is always with us. So what happens, what is the difference that one person is not taken seriously, on the other person, on the other hand, the other person, he makes followers, right? People like following him. What is the reason? So, guys, what I personally believe is the reason behind is that it is, how do you communicate with people, right? How do you communicate with people? I mean, the reason is effective communication. Are you an effective communicator? Do you have the capability of making change? If you are, people will definitely listen to you. So today, what are we going to do? We are going to talk about this very important topic, that is effective communication. We're going to discuss what is effective communication, and we'll also talk about some of the key components of effective communication. So let's first discuss what is effective communication. So effective communication is something that can make a change, right? That has the ability to change how people think, something that can make a mark, right? Something that can motivate people to act, something that can change the situation, or the environment, anything that can change your perception, the way you think about something, or the way that you think about somebody, or a person who's not taking action, and he has been sitting idle for, and he does not have courage. Effective communication is something that can motivate the other person. He stands and says, hey, I'm going to start it. That is effective communication. Effective communication is something that can change the situation, right? When you are able to convey your message with successfully, and it is not only the message is passed, even your intention. I mean, that's people are able to understand where you're coming from. That is called effective communication, right? So people who are able to, people who attract us, these people have certain qualities. These people have few techniques that they use, and they are good at, that they become effective communication. So today, what are we going to do is that we are going to talk about effective communication. What I personally believe, that there are two main components of effective communication. Number one is language. Now, when you talk about language, you can say that your content, the message that you are trying to deliver, right? If you are, what I'm doing is that I'm trying to explain that how can you be an effective communicator, or how can we be good at effective communication. So as I said, that there are two main components of effective communication. One is language, and the other one is the expression, right? So when it comes to language, the first thing is that your message, the content, the message that you are trying to deliver, okay, it should be very much relevant, authentic, with lots of supportive examples, okay, with data, so that the message that you are delivering, if it is relevant, if it is to the point, if it is very much clear, it will definitely leave a nice impression. So first, your content, okay, make sure that you are speaking what to speak. That is very important. Don't always think that what should I say at this particular situation, what to speak. That is important. So your content, and second one is your grammar. So use correct grammar. And when I'm talking about effective communication, I'm not talking about being good at English. Okay, so it does not mean that somebody who is very good at English, when he speaks, he speaks English fluently. That doesn't doesn't mean that this person is an effective communicator. English is just a language. You can use any other language, right? Maybe Hindi or your local language. But you being good at communication is not exactly the same as speaking English. I hope that you are getting what I'm trying to say here. So work on your grammar, use correct grammar, fluency, be fluent. You should be able to speak a particular language fluently without unnecessary pauses, without lots of if and buts. You are able to go with the flow. You're saying you have nice fluency. That's one thing. Spellings, now this is very much important, especially when you're writing something. It could be a letter or an email. Make sure that your grammar and your spellings both are very much correct. So what, in nutshell, you should have good command over the language, right? That's the first component. The second and the most important component is expression. How do you express yourself? That's more important. It's more important, right? It is said that people remember you for the way that you made them feel, right? So if you did something and it produces a positive feeling, a nice feeling, that person is going to remember you. Getting my point? So expression is very important. When you are expressing yourself, when you are speaking, it could be that you are giving a speech from a stage, or maybe you are addressing a small group of people, or maybe that you are having a conversation. Your expression is very important. So there are certain things that you should be taking care when you are talking to somebody. Number one is be authentic. Be authentic, guys. Never try to copy somebody. You cannot be someone else, right? So show what you are. Don't mask yourself. Don't mask yourself, because try who you are. When express the reality, authenticity, genuineness. Okay, whatever you are, just show yourself. Don't try to act, don't try to copy to someone else. Don't try to, I really heard this line. I think that Mr. Ujjwal Patni sir, one day he said that don't impress, express reality. It's reality. Don't try to impress people. Try to express yourself. Just show your original one. Getting my point? The original version. So be authentic when you are talking to someone. Next one is empathetic. Be empathetic. So communication is not only about speaking. It's about understanding people. It's about, understanding them. It's about getting their situation. Where are they coming from? What is their mental state? Why are they, if they are saying something, why are they saying it? Just try to relate with their feeling. Are you with me? Relate, try to relate with their feelings. Try to put yourself on their shoes. If somebody is saying something to you, let's ask, right? Maybe that he is sharing some negative feedback. Why? Right? If you're talking to someone, so be empathetic, be considerate, understand him, understand his feeling. There's a line in customer service which says that, Mr. Customer, I do understand where you're coming from. It has a great meaning. And don't only say it, just feel it, right? Feel it. It's important. You're talking to someone and that person is sad, and you don't feel about it. You're just having the conversation. That person he won't feel good, right? The person is happy. So just welcome his feeling. Be like that. Be empathetic. Next is active listening. Very important. Very important. Communication does not mean only speaking. Active listening. It's one of the most important components. It's one of the most important elements. Try to be an active listener. Listen each and every words, right? And I would particularly say, I have seen people that they don't listen to others. They don't listen others, right? They are in a hurry of speaking. What should I say? If I'm not able to say it, the other person would say, and he'll take the credit. No, don't do that. Listen to the person, right? Because see, if you're only speaking, if you're just speaking, what are you doing? You are just sharing your knowledge, something that you know. You cannot talk about something that you do not know. Can you talk about something that, maybe that's, I don't know about XYZ. Can I talk about it? I can't. But when you listen to the people, what do? You learn from them. So listening gives you an opportunity to learn because they are sharing their knowledge. So be an active listener. Listen each and every word. Understand. And I would particularly say, not an active listener, try to be an empathetic listener. Do not only listen the words, even understand their feelings. राइट भाई सुनना तो उसे कहते हैं कि वो सुन लेना जिस जो कभी कहा ही ना गया हो right you are and if you're listening someone actively you're listening you're showing empathy right and you're attentive you value that person that the other person feel respected right the person feels respected important listen next is very important verbal notes these small cues, guys, they are really small words or phrases, but one, they are really powerful. Use these words. Got it. Thank you. Beautiful. Oh, I like it. I'll be there. Sure. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I can understand. These small words, they're small, but they're really powerful. They're really powerful if you're using these small cues, right? I do understand that. I'm with you. Sure. I accept it. I agree. I'm sorry, I don't agree. I mean, when you use these cues and these small words, you look engaged in the conversation. And if you do not respond, you're just listening, that conversation becomes it becomes monotonous. Huh? And it is very important when you are talking over the phone. The other person is talking and you are not saying, you're not uttering anything. Bhai, wahan ho bhi, call kaat diya apne. Are you with me? And if you're using these small words and practice them, that's important, right? Practice them. So that means you're respecting the person, you're listening to him, and he'll feel valued, he'll feel respected. Okay, so verbal notes. Next one is eye contact. Right? How do you feel? You're talking to me and I'm like, got it. Are bahar mein jao bhai. Will you talk to someone who is not making eye contact, who is ignoring you, avoiding you? You don't feel comfortable, right? You don't feel comfortable. When somebody talking to you, what do you want? You want him to see at you and say whatever he wants to say, right? On the other hand, if you are talking to someone and this person is sharing something, or maybe you're sharing something, but you're not looking at him, you're not making the eye contact, you're not interested, right? Or maybe the other person would take that you are not interested. So eye contact, it shows your confidence. Try to make eye contact. Okay, that's important. And try to manage your emotion. Now, sometimes it is not possible. Sometimes it is not possible, or it needs a lot of practice. It is difficult, if I have to be more specific, right? It's difficult. Okay, sometimes you don't feel good about somebody or something. You just get angry and you just explode. But if you can, especially when you're talking to someone, if you can, try to control your emotion and act according to the situation. Okay, that's important. Okay, so these are, and guys, we would be talking these things in details. For example, how to be an active listener, or how to use these verbal notes, or maybe that's how to manage our emotion. We will be talking today. I just wanted to leave you with this component, with this beautiful and powerful word, effective communication. I just wanted to tell you that what effective communication is, and and again, guys, this is not an exhaustive list. There are many things to talk about when it comes to effective communication. So I just wanted to give you a small, a brief introduction about effective communication. In my coming videos, you are going to learn a lot of things about communication, and a lot of things about personality development, a lot of things about interview preparation, right? So if this is the very first time you're here on my YouTube channel and you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe it, so that next time whenever I upload a new video, what do we call that, ring a bell or something, right? So whenever I upload a new video, you are there, you get the notification, you come on the channel and you just watch. So you are going to learn a lot of things. Getting my points? See, guys, I have got around 15 years of work experience, and have worked for corporate giants like organizations like Barclays, HCL, Pearson. Currently, I work with Great Learning. I mean, I have seen things changing. I've seen a lot of, and have been training people for many, many, many years, and I have seen the tremendous improvement, right? So you're going to learn a lot in this, on this particular channel. And thank you so much for this, for your time. I hope that it was an interesting lesson, and you got to learn something here. And make note of these things, practice them. And yes, thank you so much. I'll wish you good luck. Bye bye.